Hi there, and welcome to this bonus section on using Dynamo for Revit, and particularly for using it with schedules. I'll give a brief introduction to Dynamo in this lecture, followed by a run-through of some pre-made scripts that may assist you with schedules for your projects. This course is not a Dynamo for Revit course, however I'm adding this as a bonus section to increase your functionality and ability to use and manage Revit schedules. So what is Dynamo? Dynamo is a visual programming tool that integrates with Revit to allow you to create, interrogate and manage geometry and data within and also outside of the Revit environment. The process of creating an algorithm or script is relatively simple. Connect together a sequence of nodes that perform particular functions in a given order. This gives you an output which can range from the management and review of data to creating geometry. This visual method of creating functions does not require the need for code, and so therefore is accessible to a large number of people that perhaps are not familiar with the process of coding. There are some very useful online resources that will help you develop your Dynamo skills. First one is the Dynamo Primer. This is a website that you can access from the Dynamo website that takes you through the main concepts of Dynamo and increasing levels of complexity as you work through the functionality. The Dynamo Dictionary, which lists out the Dynamo functionality through a searchable database, and the Dynamo Forum, where people discuss and ask and answer queries or problems that people are having with Dynamo. So these are three very good resources that can be accessed through the Dynamo website, and you should use them greatly in your learning of Dynamo. Please note that especially when first using Dynamo, you may not be aware of the functionality Dynamo possesses, so that your process of developing scripts may develop as you discover more functionality. However, what is key is that you plan and develop the script prior to starting to create it so that you have an idea of the tasks that Dynamo needs to fulfill. We'll go through an example now. So I've opened one of my models from one of the earlier lectures where we created our combined parameter for the room number. But as you can see, the level field is missing. I have the building number and the room number, however I'm missing the level field. If I go to a ground floor plan and select one of the rooms, you can see that the room level does not exist. So we're going to use Dynamo to automatically populate this level data into these rooms. So to access Dynamo, you go to the Manage tab and select under Visual Programming, select Dynamo. Once Dynamo is opened, I will click on New. Note that you have some reference such as to the Dynamo Primer and the Dynamo Dictionary here, along with video tutorials and getting started, with the Dynamo Forum and website available here as well. So I click New, and here we enter the Dynamo workspace. We have the menus at the top, the toolbar, and then the library. So this is where all the Dynamo nodes and libraries exist. You have the workspace in here, and then you have the execution bar down in the bottom left. So you can set this to either run a script automatically, which means every time you make a change or add a node or change a node, the script runs automatically. Now for larger scripts this is sometimes dangerous because the script takes time to process, so I tend to automatically change this to manual so that in order to run the script I have to press the run button. These libraries here are the standard built-in Dynamo ones, but you can add additional add-ons and external packages that other people have designed and created, and you can install them onto your machines. These are often useful as they contain nodes that contain advanced functionality that does not exist in the standard built-in libraries. To access these packages, go into the package drop-down list on the menu and you can click search for a package, and if you know the package that you wish to find, you can search for it, or you can sort by name, downloads, etc. So I've just installed one package for these demonstrations, and it is the Clockwork package. I've tried to avoid using any external packages because in order to run some of the scripts, it would require you to have all of the same packages and versions downloaded onto your machine. So I've just used the Clockwork package for a number of nodes in the example scripts in our future lecture, and you may want to download this package as well. If I expand one of these libraries, I then have subtopics, and then I have the nodes underneath. So here I have the create, the edit, and then the query tools. So I have this for all the different types. So this is under the list library. I won't go into too much detail into all of these, but what you can do is you can right click and you can then start searching for a particular node. So what I'm going to do now is run through the creation of a script to get all of the levels into the room information for the room level parameter. So I'll just talk you through how I would do that. I don't expect you to know this or necessarily remember or follow it on exactly. It's just to give you an idea of how I would go through creating a script, bearing in mind that I'm previously aware of a lot of these nodes. So firstly, I'm going to select all the categories in my Revit model. I can then use this node to select the rooms category. Right click again. I'm then going to select all elements of the category. So in order to connect these two nodes together, I simply select the output of the node here and connect it to the input of the node to the left. And notice that all Dynamo nodes have an input on the left and then an output on the right. So if I just click run now, you see it says run completed. If I hover over the all elements of category node, you see that I have a list here of the 91 rooms that are available in my project. Now lists are the main data structure of Dynamo, so it's useful to get a grip of how these work and how they are sorted and the nesting of lists. But again, I won't go into too much detail. So what I need to do now is I need to get the level information from all of these rooms. So I can right click and say get parameter by value, put the element in. So I'm getting the parameter of these elements. So the parameter name, I can right click, type code block. So here I can just type in a piece of text. So this must be in inverted commas if it's just text. So level. Click on the input. So this is going to get the parameter value. So the value for this parameter for these elements. Click run again. And you can see it's got the 0, ground floor, first floor, and second floor. And there's 4 more here for the first floor. So this is in then a text value for the level name. However, I don't want the entire name in my room parameter. I just want the 2 digits at the start. So I'm going to move this down here. And I'm going to use the string substring tool. So this retrieves a substring from the given string. So I'm going to put the level data into there, and then I'm going to right click, place another code block. I could right click and place a number, type a number here. So the starting index, I want to start at the beginning of the text. So that will be at index 0. And then I want the number of characters to just be 2 characters. So I'm going to copy and paste these numbers and change that number to 2. So the starting index will be 0 and the length will be 2 characters. Click run again. And you can see now I just have a string of just the level codes. So now that I've got this, and remember that there are 91 values here, so list item 0 aligns with list item 0 here. So this room, because it's the first item in the list, is this first string here. So all I need to do now is push this information back into a parameter of these rooms, and I don't have to do anything with changing any of the order of the data. So to do that, I can right click and use the node set parameter by name. So the element, I want it to be these elements, rooms here. The parameter name, I'll right click a code block, and the parameter name will be room level. You must spell the parameter names exactly as they are spelt in Revit, otherwise Dynamo will not recognize them. Parameter name is room level, and then the substring, the value, will just be this string here. So that is it for this script. So what I will do is move this script screen to the right, and I will open up our room schedule. So what you should see is when I click run, the level will get pre-populated into this room number. So if I click run, there you go. It's quite an instant procedure because this is a basic script, but as you can see, this is the ground floor, all zeros, first floor 01, and the second floor 02. If I go to the ground floor, I can select a room, and you can see that the room level is correctly filled in. So this is a useful tool if you wanted to reset the data at any point, because let's say I've copied this room from level 1, so technically that data is level 1, say for example, which is incorrect. If I just rerun the script, and you can see how it changes and puts the correct level in. So this is a good way of managing and ensuring that the data in your room schedule is correct. So this is just one example of how you can use Dynamo to efficiently query and then input data into your Revit models. Something else to consider is that you can group and color code these groups to make your scripts a bit more legible. So here I've updated the script to add a user input, and I've grouped the functionality of each of the different tasks so it's easy to break down for another user and for yourselves as well. For all the scripts that we'll be going through, I've also grouped them and color coded them. So where it's green, it requires a user input. Where it's blue, there is a process reading an external file, such as an external Excel file. There's a process writing to an external file, a node using an external package, and then the version will be in brackets, for example when we use some of the clockwork nodes, and additionally when the script pushes the data into Revit, which is what this node and group at the end are doing. So I hope that has explained a little bit about the functionality of Dynamo. Don't worry if you didn't understand it too much, but it's worth investing some time to get your head around the structure and functionality of Dynamo. So I hope you enjoy the next few lectures, and I hope you find the scripts useful. Thank you.